Yay! Happy 2020, everybody. We're here. First official call, new call plans, so much happening. I am so excited, and I hope you are too. I am excited to welcome you guys. We have some new people that are joining the team right now. There's a lot of excitement, a lot of new stuff. So tonight what I wanted to do is just we've got a half an hour. I want to jump into some of the new resources that are now available. And I'm going to ask for everyone's patience and grace, and really just give a lot of understanding to the enormity of what we're about to embark on together as a company experience. Okay, there's so much happening and changing all at once that some things may fall through the cracks, some things may slip and slide a little bit. Just know that as your leader, I'm on top of things. I know Danielle is too. We're going to take care of you personally, but there may be some moments, like for instance, there were some things that went in at the end of the month that got paid out incorrectly. So that's all fixed and changed. There are some things, like when you would go to look for something, it may not be in the spot that you thought it was before. Like there may be, like right now, what I'm going to try to do is from a very high level, guide you guys to the things and the resources that I know will be as constant and true as possible to where we're headed to, so that I don't want to teach you old stuff and have that change. Does that make sense? So tonight, what I want to do is take you to, on our virtual office, there's a really helpful tab, and I want to show that to you because everybody has access to this from your screen. It'll look a little bit differently. There may be some things on there for me that you don't see on yours. They give different access levels to different information throughout the company, but most of it I think should be there. So I'm going to share my screen and show you some things under the What's New tab, okay, on your virtual office. And then I'm going to take you over to the Freedom Revolution web page, and show you some things on there too, because that is the page that's being run mostly from Brian Rose, who is an NMD and he's in the field. So for those of us that are new, and those of us who are just kind of wanting some understanding, we have this really awesome partnership between the independent reps in the field, which is us, right, and corporate. So corporate, what they do is they provide us the backing, they do our payroll, they run our customer care, they collect all the money from our customers, they bill, ship, package, create products, all that kind of stuff. They handle promotions, they go through all of the things when it comes to compliance and all that kind of thing. We in the field interact with customers, and team members. And it is, Alicia's laughing because she knows the difference between those two things. Those two things can be different at times, right? And so what we have in place right now through this transition is an elevated group of people who are leaders in the field, highly successful people who are speaking on our behalf and rolling information up so that the communication can be really sound. And this, as we step into this new space, it's going to be like as seamless as possible. And what I love so much about this is that they are putting us at equal footing in these meetings. So we are having equal representation with corporate in the field. It's an equal number of people. It's an equal number of rank. It's a really special transition. I've never seen it handled better, frankly, in another company. So I'm really excited about where that's headed. But it's important right now for you guys to communicate anything that you see, feel, hear, touch, that like you have a great idea, you're curious about something, roll that to me so that I can get that up to them and we can be represented at that table. Does that make sense? Okay. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and share my desktop, which is going to show me everything except the ones that I want to show you. It always does that. Okay, here we go. All right, so in here, okay, we've got the main page. This is, everybody sees the same thing when they get there. If you click this emblem up here on the left-hand corner, Juice Plus Virtual Office, that's going to take you to your space of like your home screen, okay, which is what you're looking at now. If you just scroll along to the right here, there is this new tab called What's New. And if you click on it, it gives you a bunch of really cool stuff, okay? So there's the compensation plan, phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 is basically when somebody enters into the business. And I'll click on this and see. It's going to show you, that's the whole thing. Okay, it breaks it down below. This is the whole staircase, basically everything that we have to offer. This is the $109,450 in bonus money that's available to us now at this point in time, which is amazing. Pretty special thing that they've added on. These are the levels in the beginning. You'll see in the fast track up until here, sales coordinator, is all of our fast track opportunities. And these bonuses get paid out once in the first section. So you can earn them once yourself. But these two particular ones, the qualifying sales coordinator, which is used to be called VF, okay, so for old language, is now called QSC, qualifying sales coordinator. You get $300, and you can earn a $300 bonus every time you teach somebody how to do this also. Because we know in the beginning, and all of those of us that have gone through this together know that it takes team. It takes teamwork in the beginning. Like you need a team to support you through this. I mean, you could do it on your own, but it's so much more fun and it goes so much faster and smoother if you're working with your upline, right? So they reward the upline for that because it's going to take some of your time. So that's really neat. So as you're starting out new people, we really want to encourage them to start out with somebody unmute themselves. I've told you all this, so I hope this sticks, but how many team members do we want to get people to start out with when they first kick off their business? What's the number?
3.
Thank you. 3. And the reason for that is because we want to take those 3 team members that come in under them and help them build up to sales coordinator. If they start with 3 people, the likelihood of one of those 3 people completing the requirements for qualifying sales coordinator is going to help bump them to this next promotion pretty quickly. And they're going to earn a lot of bonus money in the process, right? So can anybody, and this is going to be a seasoned person, but if you're promoting up, you start out with 3 people and you yourself get to this qualifying sales coordinator position, and you take those 3 people through that qualifying sales coordinator promotion also, how much money are you going to make in bonus money in your first 60 days? Let's count it out. Who's my volunteer?
900.
Okay, so who was that? That's Alicia. Okay, so 900, good, for the 3 people you bring on. But there's more.
Right.
Who's got it? Jen, is that you?
No, go ahead. Keep talking.
Okay, so let's visualize Alicia doing this because we're going to help her get this done.
1,250?
There we go. We're getting there. Okay, so she actually used it. She got the $100 based on last year's comp plan because she started in last year, and I did that intentionally for her so she'd make a little bit more money. But let's just say she started January 1st. It would be $50 for her Partner Plus, right? Then Alicia, you get $300 for this next promotion, this qualifying sales coordinator promotion. Then you get an additional $300 for each of those 3 people that we just teach how to do the same thing you did, right? We keep it super simple. And so it's a total of $1,200 plus the 50, so $1,250. And then because you got the volume that you needed and the requirements there, you got an additional $600 as well. So that's $1,850 in your first 60 days in just bonus money. How cool is that? Right? So you see, you guys, the focus for our team is really going to be bringing on 3 people at the same time, being intentional about this growth, just not being afraid or intimidated by, I've heard a lot of talk about, I don't know what happens when I start growing fast. Don't worry about that. Let that all work itself out. You're just going to have to trust in the system and the program. But if you take these steps and you create this momentum, the people that are coming onto your team, that's all they're going to know. They're not going to know any different, right? So they're going to do the same thing. It's going to be a really cool process. So there's just a lot of money to be made in the beginning. And I want to stress that these 2 particular promotions, we as a team are going to focus on doing this over and over and over again. And the more that we do these 2 and teach people how to do that, the more leaders we're going to build into qualifying senior sales coordinator, senior sales coordinator, QNMDs and NMDs. Okay. So this is kind of cool that this is in there. This is all available to you. You guys can print this out. Explore the possibilities. So it takes you through what this looks like, right? Like what to do, join the mission, submit an application fee, all these little things. These are all here for you. So you can go through this on your own time. Understanding the possibilities. This again is a really nice guide. So like what I'm doing for myself is I put together a binder. It's a 2020 binder. I have color copies of all this stuff. I 3-hole punched everything, and it's in there for reference. Because especially for people who have been around a while, it gets tricky in the beginning saying like a new title instead of saying VF, right? We're going to say QSC now. So switching that language, remembering the pricing because the pricing has changed, like a lot of that kind of stuff. It's just nice to have this at your fingertips. So I encourage you guys to take that step this week. And I love that you asked the question about the printer because I just think that when you have things tangible in front of you, it just is that much faster, you know, and more easily accessible. This stuff is not going to change. This is the constants that I was talking about, okay? So then here we go into, we had some questions today, and I just wanted to go over this since we have some people on the phone that this applies to. So performance bonus used to be measured differently. It was measured, everything was measured differently. It was based on a point system. Now we're converting to one number system, which is the cost is what we count for payment, for commissions, for everything else, okay? And you can see here that as you promote up through the system, so we get 10% of all Juice Plus product earnings and 25% of Tower Garden. That's a pretty awesome deal, right? Commissions, they promote up as you promote up. So Alicia just got promoted, so now she's going to start earning the 5% in January of all the things that are billed to her system. We hopefully will get her promoted to at least the 10%, maybe the 15%, because we know January is a huge month. You can always do more in January, make it a lot easier on yourself. And everything that we do this month is going to pay you out for the next 4 months, right? So we want to get people take advantage of the opportunity and the activity that's in front of us, okay? For anybody who's in PB bonus, so performance bonus, which means you have a qualified business, you're going to now earn 3% instead of the 5%, but it's 3% on a bigger number than you had before, okay? So in order to measure that, you want to have a minimum of 2,000 points in performance bonus volume when qualifying for PB, okay? And you earn 3% on your team through 3 to 5 generations. That's something that comes along later. Just know that the number we're measuring now is 2,000 instead of 1,000, okay? And for promote out bonus, we're measuring 6,000 instead of the 3, okay? So, and again, it's because it's on a bigger number. So what we had before, I don't want to get too much into the weeds on this, but just know that all these little things start to add up, right? Business investment bonus, that changes too. Title rewards, there's a ton here. So there's some stuff to work through here for yourself. Choose the possibilities. This is really what you want to focus on in the first like 3 to 6 months. Like, let's just help everybody get this done, because once they get through this sales coordinator position, they're just going to have a lot more vantage point, a lot more understanding of the business, a lot more, like if they say yes at that point to take a step forward, they're really saying a justified yes. Like they understand what they're saying yes to. And I think everybody can attest to that who's gone through this promotion. They go, okay, I have enough customers. I kind of understand the customer care thing. I've had some cancellations. I've had some, referrals. I've had, some celebrations, some disappointments. Like you kind of get experience in going through this. And I just hope that everybody in the business that ever comes into our business at least gets to sales coordinator, because then they really know what it's all about, right? And some people are really happy staying here too. Like you don't have to necessarily go beyond this if you don't want to, but at least get to this place, because then you get this maximum commission rate, okay, of 15%. So this is all kind of a mouthful. I just want to, is there any questions around any of this stuff before I flip the screen? I can't see, so, oh, go ahead.
Melissa, I was just, if you know the answer to not, but can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Oh. Yep, go ahead.
Okay, again, my internet is wacky tonight. So right now on our virtual office, they're showing the old volume numbers. Do you know when they're going to convert over?
I don't know, but that was a question that I had put into corporate this morning too. It was one of my many. So as soon as I hear something, I'll let you know.
Okay.
But yeah, I know that's a kind of but to give yourself an idea of what that's going to change to, you can use the factor 1.8. So take your current PB number, multiply it by 1.8, and that'll give you your new world number in that column. Same thing for POB. Okay. That's the conversion rate for everything moving forward. Great question. Anybody else on this stuff? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go back really quick. And So phase 2 just takes you through the leadership stuff. I'm not going to do that tonight. Anybody that's going through those phases, we're working one-on-one. Oh, go ahead. Who's that? Nope. Okay. If you have questions, just jump in because I can't see you because it's on the small section here. So the collateral also here. So these are the working sheets and training videos, which are great. There's some Zoom stuff. Let me see what else is here. The thing that I'm looking for is new title dashboard, virtual training guides. All right, I'm just gonna have you guys go through this. I'm gonna handpick some of these items and put this into a tab in our Honeybees Facebook page, okay? So that you guys have some of the stuff that, that you'll need moving forward. I think that's just gonna be helpful. I wanna show you one of these, like just as an example, here's one of the worksheets. Like this is kind of cool because you can, like if you're going for this position, and there are some people that are, we went through this today, is, you know, you can check off the things that you need for the requirements. This is so helpful to kind of know, where do I stand? What do I need? Where am I going, right? So some of these things that they've put together so far are just really, really helpful. And I'm really excited about those. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna stop the share. Actually, no, let me go over to here. Okay, so this is the second thing I want to show you, which is thefreedomrevolution.com. Okay, and this is again that site that's run by, this is what it looks like on the front page. Okay, and there's a bunch of new stuff in here. Now I know, Alicia, one of the things we were talking about is like videos and things that you can watch and share and all that. These are some stories from people who have joined our business in different categories. So like an athletes, like why is the business important to them? Entrepreneurs and free spirits, professionals, parents, military, primetime, teachers, medical professionals. I think that there's like a really cool thing here. You know, you can kind of watch some of these. The video library is a really cool place to go as well for a lot of, here's some, you know, videos on Shred 10, for instance, on like how the products are made, like farm fresh, where does it come from, right? How does a tower garden work? Here's the Juice Plus Omega blend. So these are some of the, you can tell by the times, like if it's lower numbers, like 2 minutes or 6 minutes even, that's probably like one of the best videos we have actually. These are things we can share with people, and you can just use this little arrow to share or copy right down here the little link and text it to them. I always encourage people, if you guys haven't done this already, is go into your note section on your phone and make a running record of these so that you can save the ones that you like the best. So if there's videos in here that speak to you, you'll be able to like transfer that information with excitement, right? So if I'm like all crazy about this Freedom Revolution call from Joy Kelly, then I'm going to take that and put that in there and say, this is my Joy video, you know, when I want to share the business, right? Same thing with the Juice Plus, you know, there's brochures and stuff. So you get my point. It's just nice to have some shortcuts kind of saved and ready so that when you get into text mode and you're texting people and you're having conversations, they're at your fingertips. You don't have to go all the way back through the website to get to it. It's just a little bit easier. So that's one thing from here. The other thing I'm going to take you to, so if I go up to these, there's training sessions. So you have training and opportunities like events, building your team, insights. Some people learn really well by going to videos. I'm not one of those people, so that's why I don't really use them a ton, but a lot of people really like them and they're really duplicatable. So in some situations, it's much easier to send a video. You just need to know who you're working with. Like for me, when I'm being taught anything, I need to hear something auditory. I need to ask a question and get a response. And when I get that, I hold on to the data. It's just how my brain works and thinks, right? So know that about yourself. Like, how do you learn? Do you need to read something? Do you need to watch something? Do you need to go to an event? Do you want that one-on-one time? Like, what is it that you need for your own learning? And just be responsible for asking for it, okay? With this, I'm going to go over here now to the compensation plan, just show you guys quickly. So the United States compensation plan, here we go. So this is going to take us through some of those documents that we saw before, right? They're nice and clear. This again shows you kind of just the price, the volume, the monthly installment price. So when people ask how much it is, they cleaned up those numbers so they look a lot better than they used to be. Instead of $71.25, it's $75 even, much easier number. you know, you're going to get 30% profit on that. You can see, so sales profit, everybody makes all the way down the line. Once you start earning commissions, that commission starts getting added to that, and it grows from there. Okay. So phase one, if you didn't have any support, these are great videos to lean on. You know, you can go through it now. They're all uploaded and they're new. So those of us who have gone through these fast track promotions, now we should all really go through them and just understand the new language, how the points, you know, transfer, all that kind of stuff, right? And there's a sales coordinator worksheet over here. I love that. Here is it. This is the QSC worksheet. I'll show you guys. This is the stuff I was really excited about. So I like check marks. I like to print something out, check it off, and say I'm done. You know, it just helps me kind of stay focused and keep moving forward. And this is the one that kind of, you know, is going to be, I guess, our standard, you know, for checking things off for promotion. So what we'll do as a group is we'll have these sheets available. Nothing's changing now. Everything's this is going to be standard. So we'll take these sheets, we'll print them off, work with the person that's going for the promotion. And when it's completed, we call corporate, we have them verify that all the points are in the system, that everything is kosher, that they see it all the way they need to see it. And then we submit the promotion. Okay, so that's just going to be standard protocol. I just wanted to go over that with you guys real quick. Okay. All right. I think that's pretty much it that I had to show you on here. Phase two takes you into some of the bigger promotions and that kind of stuff. And Julie Herbst, if you haven't watched this video on the new comp plan altogether, I just think it's a good homework item for everybody. Okay. Okay. Any questions around this? Because I'm going to stop my share. Okay. All right. I just wanted to cover nuts and bolts tonight because we want to kick off this new year knowing where to go for access for information, right? Because there's going to be a flood of calls. I know. I'm trying to be a little bit proactive about that. Just know that the freedomrevolution.com is really like, that's going to be the most, I think, quickly and the most quick to be updated appropriately. So if there's any mistakes, like there was already one mistake that one of the NMDs caught, they went ahead and they changed it on the fly. Okay. Because it's run by us. The virtual office it might be a little bumpy. So just be patient. Okay. But I want you guys to be super excited. And I really encourage you to print this stuff out. And I really think that this is the time to really be dreaming big. So if you're not planning on attending one of the pajama regional parties, like it's a $25 ticket. You can watch it from your home in your own pajamas. Like get it, you know, just download it because it's going to be really special. And Linda is going to do the Friday night where she's going to get everybody thinking about what's coming up. She's going to open up your minds a little bit. She's a 400 club, you guys. Like, I mean, the amount of income that she's created is exorbitant. So well over $1 million a year, you know, and she's a real person like us. She came from a lot of similar stories and situations that we all have, you know, so you can dream as big or as little as you want to. We're going to support you in all of those things, but I want you to have some kind of focal point. Like everybody should have a destination they want to get to and a date they want to be there. Okay. And if you think in shorter terms, you're more likely to get it. So work in chunks, you know, and just make sure that you're accountable to somebody in your upline so that we can really work and be there with you. You know, it's like me saying to everybody that I'm going to do this marathon this year. You know what I mean? Like I have to keep saying it, because if I don't keep saying it, then it's not going to happen. But if I keep saying it, then you all are going to be like, okay, so when are you buying your ticket? You know, and then I'll stay on course. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like we all help each other.
Chunk those goals down and first do your 5K, find your 5K. Right.
My first thing is I need to get new sneakers. Like we're starting really at the bottom, you know? I'm going to put out a post about that, right? But, and a good sports bra probably, if I'm being honest, but you know, but it's the whole thing. It's about accomplishing anything is you want to make it in small, tangible spaces that you can celebrate every time you get to one of the little benchmarks, right? Yeah. All right. Anything to add, Danielle? Okay. Was that helpful, you guys? You see how things are moving a little bit. It looks a little different. You don't be surprised if you go in some days and you're like, oh, this looks different than it did yesterday. that may happen right now, you know, but the end product is going to be amazing. And that's what we need to focus on, is just kind of running right through it. Okay. Okay. That's all I got for tonight. So, thank you for getting on. If you are staying on for our ambassador call for social media stuff, then join us for that. And if not, you guys are welcome to hop off. And I just want to say, I love you so much. This is going to be an extraordinary year. And really, everybody who jumps in the pool is going to turn around and be like, wow, that was amazing. So stay tuned.
Stop the recording.
Awesome.